Alright, while we wait for the water to warm up, thought I would run in here real quick and show you some of the technology behind my brewing process here. I use software. It may come as no surprise to anybody who knows me that I'm a bit of a techno geek. So if there's a way that software can help me do this, well, you know the geek in me wants to get to software. So here's what I use. It's called Beersmith. This is the Beersmith 2, just came out earlier this year, so I've upgraded it. It's a very robust software for homebrewers. Allows you to design recipes and just takes you through everything. It's got a bunch of different profiles stored in there. So here's the recipe that we're looking at today. You can see it's called a Vienna Lights. It's a blonde ale, but it's of the style known as a cream ale. As you can see there, listed as the style box. All the little sliders show that we're right in line with the profile, other than the alcohol by volume, that last one, so it's into the red, so it will have a little bit higher percentage alcohol than the style class cream ale typically has with it. But the software is really nice. I can go through all the operations of it, but it's really kind of overkill. But the big reason I wanted to show you that is that you get the ingredients right there, and I just printed the brew steps. What's nice about it here is that once you put it in there, you enter in your equipment profile. The software knows the exact type of equipment I have. I've taken the time to put in what I use as a brew kettle, what I use as a mash tun, and everything about it. And it will tell me exactly how hot the water needs to be when you add it to the grist so that you get the temperature that you want. And just everything, the amount of water that you need, when to add what, and all this other good stuff. And it prints it out in this nice neat little just brew day like little cheat sheet here for you to work from, so you keep everything in order. Little check boxes for you to check it off to the side when you're done with it. Places for you to record your readings, like when you do your specific gravity, things like that. So it's pretty neat. I like it. So that's it. Now back to the water. Okay, we've gone our full 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you can see what I've got there is I've got a little tier system going with the brew kettle now at the bottom. Mash tun is in the middle. And at the top there's the hot liquid tank. Now the next step to do is to start sparging and pour off the beer from the thing. So first thing we're going to do is put a little lid on there. That just allows me to pour it back in here. What I'm going to do is recirculate the wort until it starts to run clear. This takes several runnings. Pour it in here gently. Pour it on top of the lid. That way it doesn't disrupt the grain at all. So we'll start taking what's known as the first runoffs, where we just open it up and let it go. We'll put it here in the brew kettle. The next step, though, is to prepare my sparging iron. This will just trickle the water, hot water from the hot water tank, slowly over top of the grain to replace what was taken out. It's not cool hotter, it's about 170 degrees. That will help keep the process going nice and smooth. We'll open this. Let's just help hold the heat in a little bit. So, once we get the first runoff done, I'll adjust this water flow and the outflow so that it usually takes about an hour to get what is known as sparging to collect the full 5 gallons of wort. We'll come back periodically and update you with the process. Alright, it's been almost an hour, and I've just about gotten about 5.5 gallons. Here's the part that you couldn't see before, with the sparging arm running from the hot water tank. Just drips it slowly. That little plastic thing down there makes it splatter, so it doesn't just pour out in a big stream, causing a channel in the grain bed. So it splatters it out, and then it trickles on top of that lid. And I usually float it in there with about 1 inch of water on top, but since we're just about done, I shut the water off. I'm just letting the grain bread now dry out as it pulls all the rest of the water out. wort out right there. And we ought to be about 5.5 gallons right there. Let it go just a tiny bit more. Yeah, just about done. Then we're going to move it over, fire it up, and bring it up to boil. I'm going to go ahead and put my hops in there and get the first hop addition going. We got total 3 hop additions according to our schedule over here. Got the ½ ounce that goes in at the beginning and boils for 60 minutes, and then 45 minutes later we put the second hop addition in. It boils for 15 minutes. Followed by 10 minutes later we do a final hop addition of 1/4 ounce for the last 5 minutes of the boil. And then we'll be ready to take some gravity readings. Actually, when we get it up there, before we pull it off, or before we put it on there to boil, I'm going to take a gravity reading, because it says here estimated pre-boil gravity ought to be about 1.046. These numbers are helpful to let you know about what your efficiency is like, or your extraction process, this right here, if you're doing a good job of pulling the sugar off. If your gravities are low, then your efficiency is not that good. So I'm hoping to be right on it, or pretty close. So back in a minute. Okay, next step for us is going to be getting a sample from the worts. We can see what that gravity is like. So since it was all watered in there nice and slow, I'm just going to stir it all up here. It could be more concentrated at the bottom where the spout is, and more dilute at the top. I want a nice consistent sample. So I'm just going to give it a good stir here. This is still too hot to give it an accurate reading, so we'll pull it off, let it sit to the side. Pour that back in there. That should be plenty. Got the burner lit, and I'll go ahead and just do my first hop addition, a ½ ounce. Drop it in there, so, and we'll get it up to boil. Okay, we just took a hydrometer reading when I cooled it to 60 degrees. They were 1.044. Calculations from the software estimated to be at 1.046, so I'm just two thousandths off. So that's pretty good. I think our efficiency is going to be pretty good. There's going to be a slight variation in that because I can't tell exactly how much extra water I've got into this. It's just a rough estimate on about 5.5 to 6 gallons of pre-boil. Next though, what I'll do is bring up the boil. We're almost there. We're getting close, about 15, 20 degrees away from the boil. This is where it gets tricky though, because when it starts to boil, you get a boil over and it'll go quickly and rapidly. You have to be careful with that. So we got to get the hot break in this part. So we'll come back to that now. We're starting to get the first beginnings of the boil going here. This is where you got to be careful. When it goes, it wants to go like no tomorrow. So you have to carefully adjust the flame. Keep it at low roll. So that it doesn't go crazy. Get a good boil going for an hour. Looks like it's going pretty good. Okay, I could just down big time there because it's starting to boil. The hot break starts up there, it just starts foaming over. We'll end up with that. See that foam off the top? That's what we want. So good roll and boil like that without all the hot break boiling over and getting crazy. So this is the delicate part of it. You got to really fine tune the heat. It looks like we got a good boil going there, so I'll set a timer and be back.